Hi there, Joe Curtis here today, and what I want to talk to you about is something called the iceberg illusion. Now, does this mean? Well, there are when it comes to the fact that you see a successful person, or you see someone who's got what you haven't got at the moment, you see someone who's got the results that you haven't got. We're talking in business or life in general. It's very easy, and I've done this before, to look at what you can see, i.e., that their big house, their cars, um, you know, whatever it is that you're kind of jealous about that they've got that you haven't got yet. Well, you haven't seen what's gone into it for them to get where they are today. So there's been a lot of persistence. So anyone who's had any kind of success online or in life in general, I mean, if we talk about online marketing, then persistence is one of the most important aspects that you need to get anywhere. So you can't just do it here and there. You can't just do it once and then not do it at all. If we're talking like let's just take any activity that you do to get results. You can't just do it once and then expect that one time is gonna give you the results that you want. You got to put in the persistent. You got to be consistent, and that's where the results are going to come from. So you got to be persistent. That's the first thing. There's been a lot of failure. So I've been in many online businesses that have flopped. Things that I've built up that I thought were really, really good, and it turned out that it wasn't as good as I thought it was. So there are always going to be failures on the way, on the path to success, and I don't really see it as a failure as such. I just see it as a learning curve. So we've lost a lot of money doing silly things like spending money on paid advertising without knowing what the hell we were doing, and you could say that's a failure, or you could say that's a lesson to be learnt and to be applied so that you don't make the same mistakes in the future, right? So there's going to be failure or things that go wrong or lessons you need to learn along the way, which is how I see failure. There's just lessons you have to learn to get better and better and better and to get closer to where you want to be, right? So sacrifice, this is another one of the things you need along the way to be successful. So you need to sacrifice. So when we talk about sacrifice, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about going the extra mile for the business. So going the extra mile to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, especially when you work for yourself and you're self-employed and you do any kind of business. You're not going to have that boss to tell you what to do. You're not going to have that boss to tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to do this now, and then you need to do this now, and then you need to do this now. Of course, you want a mentor who's going to show you the step-by-steps. But at the end of the day, you've got to be one to put in the persistent action. You've got to be one to actually do the activities to get the results. So you can't just expect your upline or expect your mentor to do it for you. You've got to sacrifice, whether we're talking time that you have to sacrifice, whether we're talking maybe even friendships that are holding you back, right? Maybe we're talking about cutting out the TV, cutting out things that aren't going to get you where you want to get to. There comes a point in time where you have to really sort of get serious and don't let those things hold you back. So that's what we're talking about in terms of sacrifice, right? Disappointment, this is a huge one. I've been online for 4 years and there's been a lot of disappointment along the way. And this comes in with the failure as well, if you like to call it failure. When you run something, you expect it to be good, or you build a team in something, or you do certain activities, and you're disappointed with the results, right? You're like, why didn't this work? Why didn't that work? You just got to keep going. You just got to keep being persistent. You've got to keep learning from your failures, and you just got to keep sacrificing and going the extra mile, learning from a mentor, improving your skills, improving your education, and that's what's going to get you further along. But a lot of people, if they've put in persistent action, they haven't yet quite got to where they want to get to. They've failed a lot of times. They've put in the sacrifice, and all it's led to is disappointment. You can see why so few people actually achieve what they want to achieve. It's something like I heard like 90% failure rate in business, right? So that is because people don't keep going, people don't see the long-term vision, people give up far too early. The only way you can really fail is to give up, because if you're still in the game, you're still learning, then you're not really failing, you're just learning how to do things better, right? So every failure is one step closer to success. So discipline, this is another one. This comes with sort of doing the actions, creating a habit, right? So when you first do something, you're not going to have it ingrained in your habit. It's like, let's say you brush your teeth in the morning, right? That's a habit. You're going to keep doing that daily, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. You have the discipline to do that. Other things, you have the discipline to do that. And you need the same thing in business. You need to have discipline. You need to, set yourself tasks each day, what to do, and make sure you accomplish those tasks. Make sure that you accomplish those tasks. That's going to breed a habit, and that's what persistent discipline is, what is going to get you the results that you're looking for. And that ties in as well with hard work. So you've got to be persistent. You've got to push through the brick walls that you will face in business. It's inevitable. Everybody faces them. I faced them. Abigail's faced them. Every successful person has faced a lot of brick walls, a lot of obstacles. And there are ways to get through the obstacle. One way is you just keep going, you keep being persistent, you keep pushing that. I love this this image here with the guy pushing up the boulder, right? So you've got to keep pushing up that boulder. You've got to keep failing, fail your way to success, right? So keep failing, keep learning, keep being disappointed, keep sacrificing, keep putting in the daily activities. And before long, you will get to a place where you're getting the results that you dreamed about when you first started. So whether that takes 6 months, whether that takes a year, whether it takes 5 years, you just got to keep being persistent, keep moving forward every single day. And the last thing that you don't see, someone who's successful, they've had a lot of dedication, right? So almost to the point of being obsessed. And some people think that's a bad word. Some people think that's a good word. The people who think the word obsessed is a bad word are probably not going to be successful people, because it's true that, successful people who've grown a successful business, who work for themselves, they've had a lot of dedication. They've almost been to the point of being obsessed about what it is they do. And combine that with the hard work and smart work as well. So especially if you're in online marketing like myself and Abigail, we use tools, we use systems to create leverage. Because at the end of the day, you can work hard. People work hard every day in their jobs. People work hard every day for someone else. It doesn't mean you're going to have that freedom. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the results that you're looking for, the lifestyle that you want, right? Hard work alone is not going to make you wealthy. You need hard work. You need dedication. You also need to work smart. You need to create leverage. And that is what gets you wealthy. When you create leverage, you have a system that works for you, and you're just building that system, building that asset that pays you. Whether you're sleeping, whether you're off out at the beach with your family, whatever it is that you're doing, that system is working for you 24/7 to create an income for you. So you need to create leverage. You need to work hard to build that leverage. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to have discipline. You've got to not let your disappointments bring you down and keep you down. Of course, everybody has disappointments, and every single person every person has disappointments, but the point is you can't let them keep you down. So have some disappointment, learn from that disappointment. Why are you disappointed, and what can you do in the future so that that same thing doesn't happen again, so you don't get disappointed again, right? Learn from a mentor who's had the same failure, had the same disappointment as you, and see what they did to change that, and do the same thing, replicate. So what Tony Robbins says, and I think I'll leave this video on a Tony Robbins quote, and that is, if you want something, just find someone who has what you want and do what they did to get it. So if you see somebody and they have what you don't have, then just see what they did to get that thing and do the same thing, replicate, mimic, mirror that person. So I've got mentors that I look up to, who I follow the same plan when it comes to life, when it comes to online marketing, which is the business that we're in. I look up to those mentors. I follow the plan. I follow them. I look at what they're doing each day, and I just do the same things they're doing. And the only difference then is the fact that they're further along in the path, right? They've been doing it longer. So I know that if I keep putting in the discipline, putting in the persistent action, the persistent activity, and I'm staying dedicated, I'm working hard, and I'm sacrificing, I know that I'm going to get the same results in the future. So you've got to have the long-term vision, the kind of attitude like, doesn't matter how long it takes, I'm gonna succeed with this, right? So that's what I'm going to leave you with. I hope you have a great weekend. And if you'd like to check out what myself and Abigail are doing to make a full-time living online, then click the link in the description, and you'll also see a pop-up coming up on the screen now. So feel free to click that. And you can also connect with us on Facebook below this video as well in the description. So I hope you got some great value out of that. I love if you commented or liked or shared the video. And feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, and we can discuss this a bit more, because I love talking about these kind of things, and I love whether it's online marketing, technical aspects, whether it's life in general, you know, the kind of self-development, all that kind of stuff I love. So feel free to hit me up, and I hope you have a great weekend. I think I said that before, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.